Yeah, this game was incredible. I guess my only question is, all right, I do have a question. Um, have the Spurs won back-to-back games this season? Is this the first time? I feel like this might be the first time. Everyone did well tonight. I mean, that's been the theme the last few games. What? But have we won back-to-back games? Okay, we did. We did. Trailblazers and Timberwolves. Yes. Okay. Oh, Suns too. You're right. You're right. It was the Suns, and then we did with the Pistons and Hornets. Okay. So have we won 3 games in a row? We have not. We have not won 3 games in a row, which is absolutely insane thinking about the San Antonio Spurs of all teams. So one thing that I did to prep for this game, and I rarely ever do this, okay? But I went back. I went back to when we played the Pacers November 6th, and I knew it would be a different game, especially since they have Siakam and all that. And even our lineup was terrible, like when we were having Zach Collins starting around this time. Yeah, Sohan was point guard for at least 20 games. So it was dreadful. But I was looking at Wemby, and I have to say, Wemby has grown so much in this one season. I mean, so much. We're at the point now where undoubtedly he's rookie of the year. Okay. I don't think anybody should question that. But then the question could be, should he also get defensive player of the year? And I really think that that's a true possibility. I know that right now Gobert is head honcho in that respect, but I don't see why he wouldn't get defensive player of the year. The only thing I could think of is just the fact that it is based on your team performance as well. But man, oh man, individually, there's no reason why when the Spurs are a better defensive team, Wemby shouldn't win it every single year. It's been kind of crazy. Miles Turner was highly physical with Wemby in his first matchup. Wemby's just gotten so much better. I don't have this clip, okay? And I do not want to spend time trying to search for it because I don't know. But Manu Ginobili was actually showing Wemby some moves. And you could see Wemby pulling him out in this game in particular. But no, you're right. He's fully dominating. He's aggressive. He's not taking like dumb shots, which rookies normally do, and he has done that. He's allowing the game to come to him, and he is just finishing so strong. Him, Devin Vassell, and Sohan all finished exceptionally strong in this showing. It was really impressive, all 3 of them. It was just some huge plays, and it just you can see the skeleton of a really good team. No. Can't we see it? Like, you can see it. It's there. Like, a really good team is there underneath the surface. It's just a matter of getting more talent. Been saying this since the beginning of the season, man. Everybody was so quick to say this player should be traded. This player should be traded. No. Vassell and Sohan should be staples. If there's the right type of deal, sure, trade them away, do it. But I don't think it will be on the table. These 2 should be on this squad. They fit with Wemby. No, undoubtedly, they fit with Wemby. They should be there. I love Sohan's attitude. He brings that nastiness. He doesn't care what anyone thinks. He's fearless. I know that's one thing that was kind of running theme last season. Like Pop kept talking about like how fearless he is. Like he is so fearless. He doesn't care about anything. He will do whatever he needs to do to win. And you see it. You see it. And games like this, people can finally see it. I know that this has been a crappy season, so much losing, not fun to watch, to lose. It's been fun to watch, but it's not fun to lose. But I'll say this, man, the Spurs are looking better and better and better. And most importantly, the guys that you want to improve, you want to take those next steps, have taken them. Wemby, Sohan, and Vassell have all 3 took huge steps. All 3 of them. People will talk trash, say, no, Sohan hasn't. But I'll tell you this, Sohan's passing ability has been there. It has definitely been there. It's gotten better since the beginning of the season, and he's improved that. But not only that, I think that his shooting has gotten better. I don't just think that. I mean, statistically, his shooting has gotten better. 3-point shooting, outside shooting. And he's just making really good reads offensively. Same thing with Vassell. I thought that the only issue I ever had with him is he's not aggressive enough, but now he's picking and choosing when to be aggressive, when to take over, and it's a beautiful sight to see. He's the type of player, and Sohan's the type of player let's be real, and this is kind of partly the reason the Spurs drafted them, is they're players that can kind of fit with any system, right? And you can see them fitting very well with Wemby. You just love to see it. And our entire, honestly, if you go back and you just look at the top players or top rebounders, top points, top assists during this season, you're gonna see Wemby, Sohan, and Vassell name pop up quite often. Mostly Wemby and Vassell, let's be honest, but it does pop up quite often, right? Like, if you just look through, you just skim through. Now, Wemby's here all over the place, all right? Let's not even pretend. Wemby's here all over the place. Jones is here quite often when it comes to assists. But every now and then you see Sohan and Vassell mixture over and over. It's just a nice sight to see, man. This is really nice. Sohan, the MJ McConnell stopper. I feel like in this game in particular, the San Antonio Spurs kind of they didn't want Halliburton to beat them. They didn't necessarily want Miles Turner to beat them. And I think that's where their main focus was on. And yeah, he went off in the process. TJ McConnell went off in the process. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You know, it worked. So all right, okay. So guys, before we get into this, okay, before we get into this game and we start looking at player after player after player, big shout out to today's sponsor and sponsor of this channel and this live stream and this channel for the majority of the season, BetUS. Please, if you want to sign up for BetUS, just use my link below. You will receive 125% bonus. What does that mean? You put in $100, you get 125. That's $225 to play with, but up to $2,500 for your first 3 deposits. So you would get 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,500. Once again, link in my description. Use promo code JOIN125 as well. Good stuff, great stuff, actually. So you support the sponsors, you support the channel, and yeah. So just going through once again, I don't think that we'll be on this list, but it's always interesting nonetheless. Okay, well, we can do Rookie of the Year. I was going to do NBA Champion. Let's be real, we're not on here, are we? Okay, wait a minute. Those are divisions. Just take my word for it. The San Antonio Spurs aren't on the list. They're not on the list. Okay, we don't have to look at this. They're not on the list. They took us off a long time ago. But Rookie of the Year, let's see what the odds look like. Woo! I think everyone agrees Wemby is going to win Rookie of the Year. Odds are pretty ridiculous. But anyway, link in my description. Go check out BetUS. So many different parlays and sports books and all that good stuff. Race for say, dude, I literally was talking about that. I was like, we gotta unretire Race for Sace, like immediately. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this game. Let's see, where the heck is this game? Am I tripping? Where's the game? Where's the game, guys? Here it is. It's loading. For some reason, it took forever. All right, so yeah, so TJ McConnell, he went off, but once again, I don't think that was the Spurs' main focus in this game. All right, I'll just be honest. I don't think that was the focus. So we'll just go player by player. There's really not a lot to comment on. I want to go through every player, and then I want to talk about Popovich, okay? Because I think we need to talk about Pop. So Jeremy Sohan, first and foremost, you got 12 points, 4 assists, 8 rebounds, and a block. Now, keep in mind, I say this all the time. I've been very adamant about this. I do not care about the points that Sohan puts up. I will never care about it. That's not his biggest strength. That's not what type of player he is. Oh, thank you, Steven, for the super chat. But that's not. He just said, "Go Spurs, go." By the way, but there's nothing I care about more than Sohan in the assist column, rebound column, and just him being an overall connector and defender. That's all I really care about. But the most important thing about Sohan when you talk about offense actually showed up in this game, and this is what I was talking about, is that you just need him to be able to hit his shots when you need them. You know, if it's at the end of the game and all game long, Wemby has been giving the team heat, Vassell has been giving the team heat, and the opposing team is focused in on Wemby. We can't let Wemby score. That's when Sohan will really shine, because if he can hit his open shots, which he didn't take any threes, but if he can hit his threes, if he can make the correct cut, backdoor cut, which he does all the time, like that's where his strength is going to come in. That's where it's going to shine, right? And even in those instances, he can still be a connector between Wemby, Sohan to Vassell. He can do that. He's capable of doing that. He makes good reads. So just overall, I think Sohan was phenomenal in this game. And even though it's only 12 points, it's not just only 12 points, because they were very big points at the end. And that's all you can ask for with Sohan. Like, that's all you can ask for. I don't care. Like, people that want to call him trash and say he's garbage because he had this type of scoring game, I will never care. I'll be real with you. It's not that. Now, if we're talking Vassell, if we're talking Wemby, and they have really poor shooting performances, we can criticize that a little bit. But at least with those two, you can sit back and say defensively, just like Sohan, but you can say defensively there's a reason for them to be on the court. But yeah, you expect more points out of Wemby. You should expect more points out of Devin Vassell. Those are the type of players they are. And shoot, even Malachi, honestly, like that is Malachi. So anyways, moving on. So Sohan did phenomenal. Wemby did, God, it's blown away, dude. Blown away. 12 rebounds. I mean, what do you do, bro? Like, seriously, if you're the other team, I don't even know what you do. I don't know how you guard him. I have no idea what you're supposed to do. He just affects so much on the court. It's unfair, dude. 31 points, 12 rebounds, 6 He's a rookie, man. He's not only a rookie. Like, I hate these comparisons to Duncan, because I know Duncan was a monster, right? His rookie year, he was a monster. But you can't even compare him to Duncan. Duncan is phenomenal, okay? He's great. But I'm saying this right now, Wemby is going to be better than Duncan. I think he's going to be better than Duncan. I think he's going to be better than LeBron. I think he's going to be better, possibly, MJ. Like, I think he's that's how high I am on Wemby at this point. This is not normal. And it's not just the fact that, oh, he's 7'5" and he's getting, yeah, of course he should get blocks. No, dude, like the blocks that he's getting is stuff you never seen before. Teams literally think that they're wide open, and he contorts his body in a way. He's so flexible, and his hand-eye coordination is so superb that he's getting blocks where it's like it's eyes at the back of his head. He's getting backwards blocks. I don't know how you stopped it. It's literally a 2K player. It's like an unnatural movement when he gets blocks. It's incredible. It's incredible. I seriously think he's going to end up being the greatest player ever. He's so young. He just turned 20 and he's doing this. It's incredible. And I try to sit back and say, okay, is it my bias speaking? Like, obviously I'm a Spurs fan. Obviously we're going to talk about him. Obviously I'm excited about him. But no, dude, like, I'm just blown away. It's getting to the point where I'm numb to it. And when you start to get numb to it, this usually takes time, by the way, but I'm starting to get numb to his stat lines. But that usually takes time, and usually it's like a veteran or like, but at this point it's like, yeah, of course Wemby got 31 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and 6 blocks. Of course, like, obviously, right? Like, yeah, obviously he got 6 blocks. That's crazy, dude. I hope his arm okay. He's all right. Don't worry about it. Spurs better not sit him. They need to play this next game, all right? We need 3 wins in a row. Not only were these games great because they're W's, but they were also great because it was against 2 good teams. So, yeah. Prime Wemby going to be dominant like Wilt or Shaq. If this is the best Wemby ever gets and it stops right now, he's still a phenomenal asset. These are superstar stat lines. This is a superstar stat line. This isn't the type of let me tell you, this is not the type of stat line that like a role player or like just anybody can get. And this is a continuous theme with him. Like 5 blocks is not. He's gotten 5 blocks like the last 5 games. Actually, you know what? Wembanyama stats. Let's go look at it. Hurry up, ESPN. Good God. All right, let's go to game log. All right, let's see how often he got. Yeah, look at this. This is not normal, y'all. So we'll just do the month of February. 3 blocks, 2 blocks, a block, 3 blocks, a block, 10 blocks, 3 blocks, 5 blocks, 5 blocks, 5 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks, 6 blocks. Against NBA talent. This is the person that everyone said, well, we need to hold off our excitement just a little bit, you know, because he's so skinny. He's going to get his welcome to the NBA moment. I have yet to see his NBA. He has, hold on. Okay. Never mind. I was about to, okay. He only has 2 games in which he doesn't have a block. And one of those games is early in the season, like one of his first 10 games. And the other time he didn't get a block, he had a triple double. He's crazy. This is insane. Defensive player of the year, he's 12th in league in steals. Unreal. And he's number 1 in block. Like, and isn't he like, and in stocks, he's like way above. I believe he had a total of 71 stocks in the month of February. Second behind him was AD with 43. What is that? Wemby is a video game. He is a video game. Like I said, a lot of his blocks look like video game motions, man, where it's like, oh, I just hit triangle. I just hit Y. Like I got that block because I hit Y at the right time. Not because I was in the right position, but because I hit Y at the right time. Like, it's crazy. It's unfair. Man, he's going to get strength, and he hasn't even grown into his... It's going to be... Oh, my goodness. It's going to be a massacre. But yeah, anyways, but that's Wemby. Wemby did a great job, as always, but I'm starting to become numb. I really do believe he's going to be the greatest ever. I'm very convinced of that. And it's not like I've never said this before, okay? I've never said this before. Everyone knows, obviously, I'm a Spurs fan. It's in my name, whatever. But I've never said this about any Spurs fan ever. I never said it. I was the biggest Manu Ginobili fan in the world. Never once said, oh, he'll surpass MJ. Never once said that. Clarence, clearly an Xbox player. Y for jump. I said triangle or Y. I was trying to be inclusive. I'm a PlayStation player. All right, moving on. Trey Jones. Yeah, he didn't. The funny thing is, Trey Jones actually didn't have a bad game. He made good reads. He made good passes. He didn't have a bad game. It was just a quiet game for him. You know, he didn't get many opportunities to score, but he earned his minutes. Like, he should have been out there. Devin Vassell, shooting wise, wasn't the best, but one thing I love about Devin is he continuously puts pressure on the opposing team. Like, he was doing that all game long. They knew to key in on him, right? They knew to key in on him. And yet and still, he had 5 assists, and he hit some really big shots in the fourth quarter. So, well, I said shots, or was it just one shot, guys? Hold on. This is why you can't just go off of the eye test. Let's see. Maybe it was just one shot he hit at the end. Let's see. Sohan dunk, Sohan tip shot, Sohan layup. That's what I'm talking about. Just when you need them, that's all you need. When you need them, can you come alive? And he can. Let's see. Okay, it was 5 minutes, but that was a huge shot though, because Miles Turner had just got the game within 1. This is one of those games that just a couple months ago Spurs lose it. Maybe just a month ago Spurs lose it. Spurs lose this game. Undoubtedly, they lose it. And when the Pacers come back, it's over. But that is not what happened. I feel like our key guys, Victor, Sohan, and Vassell, are learning how to win. And at the end, they are coming alive. They're protecting our win. Because this is old Spurs stuff, you know? Like, yeah, a team might come back, but you're going to hold that lead. It's going to be really tough for you to beat us. It just looked really nice. Both ends of the court, I thought those 3 were sensational. Anyways, all right, let's see. Crap. Box score? All right, cool. Thanks for subscribing, Benny Frank. We fought back tonight. Exactly. What? Don't forget Keldon. We're getting to Keldon. Calm down. All right, so Devin Vassell, I was happy with him. Malachi Branham did his thing. Malachi actually, honestly, guys, this starting lineup was kind of nice. Honestly, I can't front. Can someone tell me where Champagny was? Because I was not 100% sure where he was. Did something happen? What happened with Champagny? Does anyone know? Injured? Out with his ankle? When? Oh, from last game? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I remember he got hurt last game. I didn't know because he came back in. He's a tough dude, man. He is a tough dude. But anyways, I thought this starting lineup was well. Malachi made a few not rookie mistakes, some young player mistakes in there. You know, it is what it is. But 18 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 7 for 13. That's all you can ask for right there. Man, he had one where he put the work on. Was it Miles Turner? He put the work on? Woo! Malachi looks dangerous off the pick and roll. No, Malachi, that is his bread and butter. That was his bread and butter in college. That's the type of player he is. Overall, he did well though. He did pretty well. You know, not a starting lineup that can survive or anything like that. When you know you're on the road and you got tough competition, you're trying to win. You're not going to survive with this lineup. But he definitely earned his minutes. He did well. I was happy with it. He was super efficient. But moving on, Zach Collins did a good job. Nothing to really say about him. He did okay. You know, you guys know I've been kind of on the fence as far as like if the Spurs were to try to move him later on, because they can move him later on. That's fine. You know, especially since we didn't talk about this, but Dom Barlow finally got his NBA contract, which we kind of predicted. So I just wonder, where does Dom kind of fit in there? But he's super young, whatever. Zach did fine. Moving on. Osman, same thing. I always say, he moves well without the ball. If he was on the 2014 team, Spurs fans would love him. Unfortunately, that's not that. His defense is still awful, but he did okay. He did all right. I do enjoy how active he is. Every time he's on the court, I never feel like he's like not giving it his all, or he's there. He's present. It's just talent-wise, athleticism-wise, you know, he's a little behind sometimes, but he's there. He's engaged. So I do appreciate Osman in that respect. I think he's a good veteran to have on a team. It's just, you know, not really much you're going to get out of him right now. Moving on. Keldon Johnson did really well this game. I was very proud of Keldon. This was one of those games, like I always say, if Keldon can just kind of more so play his role and don't try to force the issue, he's such a better player. He is such a better player. Even if he just has his back to the basket and he just goes that route, he's a better player if he elects to post up. It just gets irritating when you have Wemby, you know, open or streaking, or you have Devin Vassell wide open and he just goes straight into their chest. I hate it. I hate it. It hurt Clan to say that. No, it doesn't hurt me to say it. I'm cool with that. I'm happy that Keldon had a good game. Keldon had a good game. He did a good job of playing his role, and when he does that, good things happen. I thought he made really good reads. I thought that he didn't force the issue. They got him on quite a few fouls. You kind of expect that though with Keldon, but it was a couple of them where I was like, okay, guys, come on. Like on one end, you're not calling anything for us, which is fine, but you got to do it on the other end too. And I feel like Keldon had a couple fouls in there where it was like, okay, this kind of, come on, it's knick-knack fouls. I know that this is kind of like, this might sound kind of dumb, but I do wish that Sohan and Wemby would advocate for themselves a little bit more. Like, one thing I've noticed with those two, and this is why I think they gel so well together, okay? They gel very well together, but they do not complain about calls at all, like ever. They never complain about it, and I'm cool with that. I like that, all right? We talk about this all the time, how every time we go against LeBron, it's like, oh my God, he's crying. Oh my God, he's crying about everything. It doesn't matter what it is. So I don't like that. I don't want to be on that end of the spectrum. And then you go back to the days of Kawhi Leonard. You go back to the days of Duncan, and those are nice too. They don't really complain. They didn't complain like that. But some of these, man, I kind of wish they would talk to the refs a little more. There was one in particular with Sohan where he didn't even touch Matherin, like at all. He didn't even touch him, and they called the foul, and he just, okay, whatever. You know, and I was like, dang, dude, like, you probably need to advocate for yourself a little bit more. I guess that's Popovich's job at this point, you know. I do like the mentality. It's like, just play through it, play tough. That's fine. And we know Keldon, he gets, like, really hyped with the refs. But I don't know. Sometimes I just kind of wish that they were a little bit more, because some of the calls are so BS that I think you do need to, don't just yell and go crazy, get a tech or nothing, but just like talk to them. I don't know. No contact on that play. It was like no contact, but from how Sohan reacted, you would have thought that like it was a clear foul, but it wasn't. I don't know. Matherin gets a heap of ref loves. All it takes is a bump, which he initiates. It's a bit crappy. It's because he's so strong, and that, like, his game is predicated off of physicality, and I don't know. But anyways, that's really neat. It's not like I'm like really upset about it. It's just sometimes I wish Sohan and Wemby would just be like, hey ref, you know, like, what was that? They don't do it though, because they're chill like that. All right, anyways. And last but not least, Blake Wesley, he did a good job as well. 3 for 3. I thought he was going to have a even better night than that, honestly. I thought he was going to end up going off. But he played the right way. Defensively, he did well. I'm convinced more and more that in this upcoming draft, you don't have to get a point guard. Like, roll with Blake again. You see what another offseason does for him. Roll with Trey Jones again. And let's just see how things go. In 2025, that's when you can start making decisions on what you need to do. But right now, I think Spurs can go ahead and do, honestly, the thing that I think is most important, which people don't agree with this, or some people agree. But I think most importantly, you need to get another defensive wing, some type of small forward that can score and defend. And I love Montes Buzelis. That's who I want. But there's other guys as well in this draft that you can go after. Draft best available. I would say best available for your need, maybe. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to be that guy, right? But I feel like we already been doing best available. I feel like at this point we need like, if the best player available is a point guard, I don't know if I could do that. But then again, guys, everybody in this draft are so close in talent level till it doesn't really matter that much, to be honest. Best available is extraordinarily subjective, I think, in this draft. Everybody's super close to each other, especially in the lottery. Like, the talent gaps are not that wide. I would still take Topic. I do not like Topic, guys. I do not like Topic. I'll maybe my opinions will change in the later months, but right now I am not bought on Topic at all. I don't really see what people see in him. It's not much versatility, I think, in his game. I don't know. I mean, I saw some people call him like a mini Luka, and I'm like, what? Where do you see that? I don't see it at all. You feel the same about Topic? Yeah, it's just, I don't know. He's great with his left hand. He's great driving left. Like, he's great in the pick and rolls. That's cool, but like, I just don't really see it. Yeah, Buzelis is my guy. But we'll keep looking. We ain't got to that point yet. When the season's over, we'll be looking into all these draft picks, right? But yeah. Need another small forward with a veteran point guard that can orchestrate the offense while feeding Wemby. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The point guard thing, I think that can wait, though. I think that can wait. Yeah, so what I wanted to say was, the last thing I wanted to say about this game was Popovich. So Popovich was great in this game. I mean, he was great. I got so frustrated. Okay, I got so frustrated throughout the season because there were so many people talking about Popovich in the light of, oh my God, Popovich isn't coaching anymore. He's too soft on these guys. He doesn't get onto them. And we said this over and over, that it's not the fact that Popovich is soft on anybody or he's not coaching anymore. It was really just the fact that they're not really at that step yet. There's no point in yelling. It's like teaching someone how to drive, right? Like if you're teaching someone how to drive, what's the point of just getting onto them for every like small thing they make a mistake on? They're not at that point yet. Once their skill is at the point where they can drive down the street at 40 miles per hour and not freak out, then you can start critiquing a little bit more. But for some reason, people just had this idea that Popovich just needs to yell at everybody. Yelling doesn't always give you the results you want. Popovich now is at the point where he can really get onto guys and drive it home. But at the same time, yeah, he's done it constructively. He's done it when it really matters. And now it's like, okay, the team has kind of figured each other out a little bit more. They got the basic fundamentals down of the offense. Now you can see him getting on to guys. It's like, we're capable of winning. I'm going to get on to you. But it's like people have this fantasy about Popovich where it's like, well, he used to just yell at everybody. It's like, well, I mean, he would get onto his team, sure. I mean, but it depends on what was going on. But that team was very established. They knew how to win. And it depending on the personality of his personnel, he's going to approach it a certain way. Some guys can take it, some guys probably can't. He's going to approach it a certain way. Malachi, I said this over and over again, I feel like he'll get the Danny Green treatment. He just will. If we look back at him in middle school and high school and his interviews, he's always kind of needed a guy to put a foot in his butt, right? Like he's always needed that. So I don't know. I think it's fine. What happened? Oh my God. See what I'm saying? Yeah, Skip Payless says Pop can't coach anymore. It's nonsense. I don't watch, by the way, I don't watch any of that anymore. I don't watch First Take. I don't watch Undisputed. I've realized that all of it's just a bunch of nonsense. I used to think like in middle school and high school, like, oh, they have all this insider information, which oftentimes they do. I mean, let's be honest. But they do not break down anything. Everything is just narrativized. Like this is what's going on in this player's head. I hate it so much. The way they drive narratives is gross. The amount of power that they have behind awards is gross. The fact that Shannon Sharp. Oh my God. Stephen A. Smith can say Jason Tatum should be an MVP and now his odds are higher at MVP. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. There's no world where Tatum is MVP this year. None. There's no world, no reality, okay? We can go to the multiverse and go from world to world, planet to planet, reality to reality, and none of them have Tatum winning rookie of the or MVP, sorry. None of them. So I hate that type of stuff. But anyways, this game was great. Everybody gets on to Popovich. You don't know what you're talking about. Popovich has been great. And yeah, he's the perfect coach for this group of guys. And often, I'll be real with you, a lot of times when I watch the Spurs play, they're much better than they should be. That's real. They're much better than they should be. So, yeah, hopefully we get another win soon. That'd be nice.